Hello, everybody. This is Yoga with MoveEasy Yoga with Via. It is April 13th, 2021, and we're going to start in the regular fashion. We have a small class today, but numbers are not important. Here, it's good to have everyone here who's here and just watching your breath and patting yourself on the virtual back for coming here and taking care of yourself. And just watching your breath. This is almost the most easiest de-stressor that you can do, is to slow down, pause, and watch your breath. If you are stressed out, you're probably thinking too much, and paying attention to your breath allows you to not pay attention to your thoughts. I love my body loves me. Finish up, and we're going to move into vagus nerve reset. Bring your hands behind your head if you'd like. You can put a therapy ball there, you can instead, or stack or interlace your fingers. And from here, without moving anything, shift your eyeballs to the right and wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Come back to center. Shift your eyeballs to the left. Your eyes can be open or closed. Wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. And then come back to center and do this 2 more times, 2 more sets, 2 more repetitions. Right, left, right, left. Moving the optical nerve triggers a reset of the vagus nerve. And when you're finished, get ready for head ramping. You can keep your hands where they are, or you can put a set of therapy balls under your head. And then just pressing the back of the skull into your hands or your therapy balls. And then waiting for a few breaths in that head ramped position. And release and do this 4 more times. The back of the skull presses into the floor or your hands or the therapy ball. The chin drops a little. And then when you're done, relax, and whenever you're ready, start up again. And do one more. And then stay in this position for breath work. Let's do abdominal thoracic breath. So the breath starts in the belly and then moves to the thoracic or the chest. And then all the way, you can move it all the way up into the clavicle. So inhaling, the belly rises. And then the chest, the rib cage expands. And then all the way up into the clavicle. So this is a complete breath. And then release and let it go. And now again, expand the belly on an inhale. Keep inhaling, expand the rib cage, and then go up into the clavicle or the throat area. When you exhale, you first you release at the clavicle, and then the chest, and then the belly. So you reverse directions. Inhale, start again. And exhale, release in the other direction. 2 more times, complete breath. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. The next thing we're going to do is hypopressives. We're going to do the bridge hypopressive. I would remove the balls that are behind your head if you have any. And then starting with your toes toward the ceiling, we're going to take 3 breaths, but let Kathy show you what we're going to do after the breaths. When we start holding the breath, then your hips come up and your arms go overhead. Hold your breath for the count, and then on an inhale and an exhale, you come on down, hips down first and then arms. So let's start with 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Hold your breath out, lift your hips, bring your arms overhead. 1, 2, no breath. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, stay if you can, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, the hips come down. Exhale, the arms come down. Just hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. We'll go do that again one more time. Come back into a hypopressive position. That's knees bent, arms beside your hips, toes up. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold your breath out, no breath. Lift your hips, bring your arms overhead. Lift your hips off the floor. Try to create a straight line between your knees and your shoulders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no breath. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, the hips come down, and exhale, the arms come down. We're going to stay here on the floor. You're going to need a sponge ball and a brick, a thick brick. We're going to work on, we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work, and then we'll move to legs. And this is kind of a whole body class today. So, but this is new. You're going to put your sponge ball underneath your armpit, side lying. You may want to put your head on a brick. You can experiment with that. What you want to do is your therapy ball is at the armpit. You want to kind of scrunch into the ball and come forward a little so that you can feel the muscles. This is called the serratus anterior. It's a muscle that goes underneath your armpit. So you're trying to get at this muscle. It is connected to the scapula. So your scapula and shoulder movements are affected by this muscle. Come here, and then when you can start moving your bottom arm just up to the front and then to the back, and see if you can find a little bit as you lean into the ball with your armpit. See if you can find a little bit of work there. You can go up and down or around, but you could really, what I'm asking you to do is move your arm, your bottom arm, if you can. And then you can hold on to your bottom arm with your top arm, with your arms by your ears. Your arms are up sort of by your ears. The brick may get in the way, I guess. This is the problem. Caitlin and I tried this before class. Arms overhead, please, by your ears, and pull on your arms and wiggle them. Yeah, you may have to move the brick aside for a while and see if you can get a little more dig into the ball with the serratus, these muscles that it's a group of, it's one muscle, but it divides into 5 parts, actually, 5 little fingers. You want to try to get at all of the fingers. When you're done with that, put your head definitely on the brick. Bring your top arm up. Keep the therapy ball there, or the sponge ball, and bring your arm way over behind you. So as if you were starting to do a shoulder circle, but you're not. Your arms just straight out back and behind you. Palm up. And you won't be able to get to the floor probably, but your knee, I don't need you to keep your knees even. You can, your top knee can come back and see how far you can get. How far can you drop your arm almost to the floor and get a nice big stretch, actually in the other armpit, the top armpit instead of the bottom armpit, but you're still working on the serratus anterior. Just sit here and breathe. This should be a really nice big stretch in the right pec minor. Come on back. Stack your knees this time and do shoulder circles. So your bottom arm is working on your serratus anterior. Top arm is just doing a shoulder circle, just the same one we do often in a side lying practice. Do six circles in one direction. You reverse your circles. And then switch sides, everybody. The sponge ball goes under the other armpit. So while you're here, before you do anything else, just try to twist towards the armpit. Twist your body and then put more torque on the ball.
And I just want to say that I had to put my brick up on its end to support my head better.
Okay.
Yeah. And try it.
Okay. The tallest.
Yes. That's a good idea.
All right. So remember, the first thing you're going to do is try to move your bottom arm. If you can, just move it forward and back. Now, I don't have my head on a brick now because it's hard to do that. It's hard to keep your head on the brick and move your bottom arm. So the brick is there if you need it. It's not there, it's there for supporting your head if you need it, if it feels right. Go ahead and hold on to your bottom wrist with your top hand and pull the arm up. all the time, the focus really is the arm, the armpit, the therapy ball, the sponge ball, and the serratus anterior, that muscle that runs from the scapula to the chest. And then go ahead, and now you might want your head on a brick. Bring your arm behind you and see if you can bring your top arm all the way back behind you, maybe to the floor, maybe not. I can't get to the floor. I used to be able to. Maybe the sponge ball is getting in the way. I don't usually do this with a sponge ball in the armpit. But I think it's good to be still working on the serratus anterior. Just breathing here and enjoying this stretch. And then go ahead and come back and stack your shoulders now, and then make a circle with your shoulders, with your arm, shoulder circles. And do 6 in one direction. And 6 in the other direction. And stop. Find your way onto your back. We're going to do some basic arm exercises just to sort of connect to the armpit work we just did. So lying on your back, maybe you'll have a towel under your head. Your knees are bent, feet on the floor. The first thing we're going to do is scapula protraction, retraction. Bring your arms up toward the ceiling. And actually, Kathy, why don't you put yourself on a mobility strip for this? If you have a mobility strip, put it along your back. This will allow you a little more, I'm going to get one too, allow you a little more movement, especially scapular movement. So that'll lift you up. You might want to put your head on a brick instead of if you have your mobility strip shouldn't go below the waist. So your hips are dropping off the strip.
I'm too short for that.
You're too short for that?
Yeah.
Then what happens?
Well, my hips are on the strip.
Can you drop your hips off the strip? Can you have your mobility strip start at your lumbar spine, at your waist? And then
It'll be
up there. It'll be up above you, and you'll have to accommodate for that. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you don't need anything to rest on then at that point.
Okay.
Okay, there's a method to my madness. This is going to allow you more scapular protraction and retraction. Bring your arms up to the sky, and then pull the scapulas, both of them, scapulae, away from the spine. Your arms go up higher because of that. And then now come down and bring your scapula towards each other, almost to pinch each other now. And you can come down further because of the mobility strip, if you have it. And keep going, do this up and down, making it a scapular movement, not an arm movement. The scapular movement moves the arms. A basic movement of the arms. You can add a breath, inhale as you come up and exhale as you come down, or vice versa. Just assign a breath. And one more time. Take an inhale, keep your arms straight up toward the ceiling. Bring your arms overhead by your ears on an exhale. So overhead arms, both of them. And now come back and inhale, come on up. You should feel the abs working to bring you up. Inhale, come on out. Arms overhead by the ears. Slowly, and then exhale. Feel the abdominals help pull your arms up. And 4 more. Three more. Aware of movement, aware of breath. I'm a student of my body and my breath. 2 more. Last one. Bring your arms down by your side, bend your elbows. We're going to do flying pizza. Elbows stay tucked into the waist and on the floor. And then bring your arms out, forearms out, and then open them up so the palms are facing towards your face. And then come on back. And by the time you get back, the palms are facing each other. And then come on back out again, out. Rotate the forearm. Come out as far as you can. Should feel this in the upper back and the rotator cuff muscles. Come on back. We're going to do 4 more. Inhale, come on out. And exhale, come back. Remember, you're rotating as you go, rotating the forearm. 1 more, or we'll do 2 more actually. Last one. And come on back. Come up to a seated position. For side bend, thoracic side bend, just sitting with your legs crossed. Slide your right arm out along the mat, left arm up and over. See how far you can bend without lifting your hips off the floor. And then go ahead and bring your elbow forward. You should feel some of the work we did with the sponge ball at the back of the armpit. Maybe more, you can get more of a stretch here now. Bring your elbow up, Bring your torso up. Switch to the other side. Left arm along the mat. Right arm up and over. Side bending. Go ahead and move your, bring your elbow forward. New armpit stretch. And then bring your elbow up and then torso up. Sit all the way up. We're going to do a spinal rotation with a rib cage slide. Left hand, starting on the right, left hand on right knee, right arm behind your back, spider fingers. So, and then rotate your thoracic spine, your mid and upper back. And then once you find that, if you'd like to, you can add rib cage slide. Try not to use your upper trapezius. Try not to use your shoulders, just the rib cage. Come on back, all the way back. Right hand on left knee, left arm behind. And then once you get here and find your rotation, rib cage slide. Come on back, unwind yourself. And let's do a stacked knee. I forgot to tell you to change your crisscross, but I hope you did that. Well, I didn't. Go ahead and start. Let's do a stacked knee with a wrist twist. So stack one knee on top of the other. You might have to sit on a blanket or a brick to do this. Bring your hands out in front of you, arms out in front of you. And then bring your right arm up. Let's see. Well, palms back, the back of the hand facing each other. Bring your right arm up and over, clasp your fingers, and then start to drop your hand down towards the floor and then towards your chest and then up towards your chin. And stay here and counting. And see if you can sit tall. We're really counting for the hip stretch more than the wrist twist. And then release that, switch the stack of your knees. And we'll go to the other side with the arms too. So take your arms out in front of you, palms back to back. And then the left hand comes up and over. Interlace your fingers. Drop your fingers, your hands down towards the floor and then towards your chest and then up. Wrist twist. Stay here and breathe. You're opening the SI joints, which is often a place of tension, tightness, and source of back pain. So this is a great way to, this stacked knee position is a great way to work on that. It also opens up the piriformis. And then slowly unwind your way out of that and come to, we're going to do some get-ups. So find a chair and come in front of the chair onto your hands and knees. And so this is the most basic get up off the, as in get up off the floor. Come up onto your hands and knees. And then put your right hand on the chair or the box or the couch. And then bring your left knee forward. Lunge, come into a left side lunge. And then use your left leg and your hands to bring yourself up to a standing position. Come back down. And start over again on the other side. So this time, you start on your hands and knees. Your left hand goes up to the couch, the chair, the box. And then the right knee comes forward into a lunge. And from here, find a way to bring yourself up, using your legs and your hand to bring yourself up to a standing position. And then come on back down. Come into a squat. Any resting squat will do. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. You can use a brick. You can do it without a brick. You can sit on a brick at any height. And I'm going to start the timer. 3 minutes and 40 seconds, actually. If you want to, you can bring your hands, elbows inside your knees, press out, come into a little prayer pose. Try to sit as tall as possible, as straight as spine as possible. You're going to be coming forward. It's going to be a forward fold. You're folding at the hip. I'm just staying here and breathing. If you want to, you can put a resistance. So you're pressing out, pressing your knees out with your elbows and pressing the elbows in with the knees. If that makes any sense at all, you're creating 2 different resistances. You could alternate. Press out while the knees resist that outward pressure, and then press in with the knees while the elbows resist the inward movement. If your heels are not on the floor, put a mobility strip under your heels. Your heels should be resting on something. Breathing, I'm aware of my body and my breath. And then come on out of this to a standing position. We're going to do the back bend at the wall, spine twist at the wall, and some footwork. So the first thing you're going to do is stand with your back to the wall. And then bring your arms up overhead. And put the back of your hands or your fingers, whatever you can get there, put that against the wall. Oh, this is a chest opener and a back bend. We're going to be here for 40 seconds. If this is hard for you, you could do a similar back bend seated at the chair with your hands behind you, holding onto the bottom back of the chair. Slowly come out of this, and we're going to do a spinal rotation at the wall. Right, starting with on the right, with the right shoulder at the wall, the right leg forward, the left leg back. Bend your elbows and rotate your spine to the right. And stay here and breathe and enjoy the stretch and the twist. When you're twisting, you don't want to be moving. Once you land there, you don't want to be moving. So maintain the twist and the breath. Be as tall as you can. And then slowly, slowly wind your way to the other side. This time the left shoulder and the left leg is forward, the right leg is back. Bend your elbows, rotate. Use the wall to help you rotate. Find a stable, steady, fixed rotation while the time is running, 40 seconds, building bone density along the upper spine. come on back out of this. We're going to do some more standing exercises. We're going to do short foot, split stance short foot. On this one, you need to be standing near a safe something, a chair or a wall. In case you, well, we're going to do some balancing in a minute. So in case you lose your balance.
Hold on, technical issues.
Technical issues.
Okay.
So split stance short foot, you're going to stand in Tadasana or standing good posture. And then right foot comes forward. That's the split stance. So first the feet are together, then the right foot is forward. And the right foot is going to do a short foot. So we're going to do a short foot that also grabs the abdominals. So the first thing you do is lift your toes. And while they're lifted, you imagine grabbing engaging the lowest part of the abdominals. And now drop your toes and press them, the toe pads only, not the joints behind the toe pads, the toe pads into the floor, and just stay here. And then bring your attention to the arch that runs along from the back to the front of the foot, and then alternating and bring your attention to your abdominals, the lowest abdominals that you've grabbed. So arch, and then abdominals, and just keep going back and forth with your attention while you're in short foot. And switch sides. The left foot is forward. Lift the toes. Grab the abdominals as low as you can. Lower the toes. Press the toe pads into the floor. Alternate your attention between the medial arch and the bottom of the foot that goes from the front to the back and the back to the front, and the abdominals that you grabbed as low as you could. And just go back and forth with your attention, making the connection between the feet and the abdominals. Teaching your body this lesson. And then stop that. And we're going to do balancing on one foot. So you need a chair or a something. You need to be near a wall or a chair or something safe. You're going to need a therapy ball, one therapy ball. And now you're just going to bring your heels up off the floor. Up, up, and down, and do that. Let's do this 10 times. And whenever you're finished, put the therapy ball between your heels as far back as you can go and on the floor. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing. Hopefully your ball is a little bit farther back than that, Kathy.
Well, I had to roll it back.
Oh, you had to roll it back. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, it's back here.
Yeah. Okay. Now squeeze your heels on the ball and lift and lower 10 times. And when you're finished, let's do balancing on one foot. But when you're balancing on one foot, you still need some sort of a safe something, a chair or a wall. And let's start with balancing on the right foot and lifting the left. I like to just bring my knee up, but you could bring your foot behind you. You could connect your toes behind your ankle. Whatever works for you. You're staying here and breathing. We're going to be here for 40 seconds. In your home practice, you could go farther or less. Switch sides, everybody. So try, like Kathy's doing, try not to use the touch anything, but if you need to, use it until you don't. I'm a student of my body and my breath. And come on back, come down to the floor for Yoga Nidra, 61-point guided meditation. Slowing down, paying attention to the body parts that I mentioned. Your goal is to be down, comfortable, warm. I like to put my legs up on a chair or a couch that needs. But you can bend your knees or you can extend your legs. Close your eyes. Maybe you're going to put a washcloth over your eyes and start to notice your breath, breathing in and out, watching the belly fall and rise. And now bring your attention and your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This completes our 61-point guided meditation. Go ahead and transition to wiggling and stretching, extending your legs in one direction along the mat and your arms overhead by your ears, and stretching in both directions, trying to create a little more space between your pelvis and your rib cage. Wiggle and stretch, and wiggle and stretch, left side, right side, both sides. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and your wrists in one direction and then the other. And hug your right knee to your chest and then your left. And then hug both knees and rock from side to side. And then go ahead and whenever you're ready, roll all the way over onto one side, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Use your top hand, palm, to press into the floor and bring yourself up to seated. Unmute yourself. I will remove the spotlight and put everyone on gallery view. Just press, come into a cross-legged position and press your hands together. Hard, firmly. And now soften your prayer pose. Lift your skull off of your cervical spine and up away from your shoulders so that you can nod the skull over the top of the cervical spine. Nod and bow, and nod and bow. And acknowledge, recognize and acknowledge that we are all one light. Let's recognize each other as lights, the light in each other, the light in ourselves, and then recognize that we are all one light. And we'll finish the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Oops, I'm gonna